The woman a man never forgets isn't always the youngest in the room. She's not always the most beautiful either. And no, she's definitely not the one playing games. She's the one who does three very specific things. Things that stay in his heart long after the relationship ends, or even if it never really began. If you're an older woman, maybe you've started to feel invisible in today's dating world. Like somehow you got pushed to the background, even though you've lived, learned, and loved more deeply than most. But let me tell you something. Emotional depth leaves the deepest mark. And today we're going to talk about exactly how to be that unforgettable woman, no matter your age. If something I say today reminds you of your own story, a moment, a relationship, a lesson, I'd love for you to share it in the comments. Let's have a real conversation. You've probably heard it before. Just be kind, be easygoing, don't make waves. And maybe you've lived by that. You tried not to be too much. You stayed low maintenance, didn't ask for too much, thought being agreeable would make you lovable. But here's the hard truth. That's not what makes you unforgettable. Especially in today's world, where dating happens with a swipe, and people move on faster than they used to. Men aren't spending months getting to know someone anymore. Sometimes, it's just a message or two. And in that fast, digital world, women who don't leave an emotional mark often disappear from memory like they were never there. There's even research behind it. A 2021 study in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that men are 45% more likely to forget emotional details of short-term relationships within just 6 months, unless something truly meaningful or emotionally unique happened. So if you're wondering why kindness wasn't enough, or why being easy to be with didn't keep him, this is why. Emotional connection, not convenience, is what stays. And the good news? That kind of connection doesn't come from youth or beauty. It comes from how you show up, emotionally, honestly, and with depth. Let's get into the first thing that makes a woman unforgettable. She mirrors his ambition, not his lifestyle. Now, that might sound a little confusing, so let me explain. Men aren't looking for a copycat of their own lives. What really grabs their attention is a woman who has her own purpose, a goal or passion that drives her. It doesn't have to match his world or lifestyle exactly. What matters is that she's motivated and excited about something. When a man sees a woman who's passionate about her own path, it creates respect and admiration. It's like a spark that says, she's got her own fire, and I like that. That feeling sticks with him long after. In fact, a Harvard Business Review study found that men rated women who spoke with excitement about their goals as 32% more attractive for the long haul, even if they weren't the perfect physical match. So passion beats perfection every time. Think about Michelle Obama. She wasn't just supporting Barack. She had her own career and ambitions as a lawyer. Her drive didn't make her a threat, it made her unforgettable. Barack often talks about how much her strength and purpose inspired him. So, here's something for you to think about. What's one goal or passion you're proud of right now? Maybe it's volunteering, writing, fitness, or even something small like baking. Whatever it is, own it. Share it. Let that light shine. Because that's what makes you magnetic and unforgettable. The second thing that makes a woman unforgettable is something many shy away from: speaking vulnerable truth without apology. Now, this isn't about drama or oversharing. It's about being emotionally honest in a calm and clear way. Most people wear masks, especially when dating. But an older woman who can calmly say what she really feels, without guilt or trying to manipulate, stands out like a lighthouse in the fog. When a man sees this kind of realness, he feels safe to drop his own guard. That emotional safety creates a deep memory, a place where he feels seen and understood. There's solid research behind this too. Brené Brown, a leading expert on vulnerability, found that people who express emotional truth clearly are seen as more trustworthy and attractive in long-term relationships. Here's a simple way to practice it. Say what you feel in one sentence, like, I feel because. For example, I feel a little insecure when you go quiet because I'm still trying to understand how you communicate. Simple, honest, and memorable. And sometimes saying what you want clearly is powerful. Instead of pretending to be okay with casual dating, say, I want real connection. If that's not what you want, then I'm not your girl. That kind of honesty is rare and unforgettable. The third unforgettable trait is a little different. She sparks growth by helping him see himself more clearly. Now, don't worry, this isn't therapy or trying to fix him. It's more like gentle emotional coaching. This kind of woman asks thoughtful questions that make him pause and reflect. Things like, "You really light up when you talk about that. Why aren't you doing more of it?" Or, "If you weren't afraid of failing, what would you be doing right now?" These questions aren't about criticism. They show you notice who he really is beneath the surface. And men rarely get this kind of emotional attention, so it sticks with them. Take Jay Shetty, for example. He talks about how his wife Roddy asked him deep, uncomfortable questions when they first met. It wasn't her looks or cooking that made him fall for her. It was how she made him think about who he wanted to become. A 2020 study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology even found that men remember deep, growth-focused conversations longer than physical experiences. That's huge. When you help a man see his best self, you leave a permanent mark. So here's a question for you. What's one powerful question you wish someone had asked you? Keep that in mind, because when you start asking questions like that, you become unforgettable. Mirroring his ambition means showing your own passion and purpose. Not copying his life, but having a drive that speaks to his deeper motivation. Speaking real truth means being honest and vulnerable without drama or apology, creating trust and emotional safety. Sparking growth happens when you encourage him to reflect on himself with thoughtful questions that open new perspectives. None of this depends on youth or looks. It's about emotional strength, confidence, and showing up fully as yourself. That's what leaves a lasting mark a man can't forget. Which of these three do you already do? And which one are you ready to try next? Share your thoughts, because your journey to becoming unforgettable starts with awareness. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Keep showing up as your true self, because that's what truly makes you unforgettable.